Hi everyone, this is daveac.blip.tv and this is my vblog 149 for Friday the 27th of May 2011. Yes, and I'm full of vim and vigour today and I'm very excited. Lots and lots on. We start and end with Chile, the stars, the sport, the wine. Yes, wine at the end as always. And perhaps I should correct myself when I say daveac.blip.tv. It's of course now blip TV/daveac. But there's so much going on here. I really want to power on with today's show because I've got I'm watching the tennis, the tennis from the French Open at Roland Garros. I'm watching the golf, the PGA from Wentworth, and I'm rather busy. But let's get on with it. So, right, yes, let's start off with the normal podcasting news. Well, the Gallifreyan Embassy, Doctor Who Podshock, have recorded both these last two Sundays, and indeed will be recording this coming Sunday. And Lewis, in very quick succession, has got two episodes of Podshock out. Episode 246, The Doctor's Wife, reviewed, and episode 247, The Rebel Flesh, reviewed. Both of those which I helped out on, so hope you will give those a listen. And of course, this coming Sunday on TalkShoe ID 23358 at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Podshock will be talking about the Almost People, episode 6 of this run of 7 Doctor Who episodes. And before I just mention about the Cult and Collective, I should just remind people that are in the States or in Canada that, well, certainly because the States are having Memorial weekend, both they and indeed Canada will not be airing Doctor Who this week. So although that is the case, Lewis on Podshock and Ian himself on the Cult and Collective have decided to go ahead with our episode because people watch it in lots of different countries and listen, of course, to our podcast from lots of different countries. So, yes, on TalkShoe ID 54821, the Cult and Collective will be talking about Doctor Who, the Almost People. And hopefully you can join us for that. If you're one of the people who is unable to watch the episode, then if you subscribe to us on iTunes, then please, if you download it, don't listen to our podcast until you've seen the episode. Last Sunday, of course, we did about the Rebel Flesh, and midweek on Wednesday we put up our commentary, the one where Mike Randall-Thor helps Ian and myself out. That went up. And this coming week indeed as well as doing the Sunday show, sometime in the middle of next week, we will hopefully put up a commentary of the Almost People. So I hope you're enjoying those. Our downloads seem to be sort of going up as they generally do when we are doing Doctor Who. I think we've had, in the last month, we've had well over 3,000 downloads, about 3,200 downloads in the last 4 weeks or so. So thank you very much to those people listening to the Cult and Collective podcast. Okay, I've got quite a few little tech items, and actually I've got some equipment as well, but let me just get some of the general internet news out. Well, on my second machine, not this one, I downloaded Firefox 5 Beta. So if you like Firefox as your browser of choice, and this is the Windows system only, I think, at the moment, Firefox 5 Beta is available, and it seems fairly stable to me. What else? Oh, yes, if you, again, I mentioned quite a bit about the BBC Freeview here in the UK. That's the digital way of getting channels over your aerial. They've been experimenting with, up to now, they've always done their high definition ones at 1080i. But they've apparently been trying some test runs on 1080p transmissions. And apparently some people with I think it's Panasonic TVs have been a little upset because they've been having sound glitches with that. But apparently it's for things like the motor racing and cricket and so on. They're trying the 1080p because it's supposed to help show motion better than 1080i. What else? Oh, Skype. Microsoft has no sooner bought over Skype than it had a major downtime over the last couple of days, and people are wondering what's happened there, whether it's just a coincidence or whether they've had a cyber attack or whatever. I don't know. Oh, and talking cyber attacks, of course, the Sony thing rumbles on and on. Still not really got back up, fully working. I think the international website is going back up very, very soon. It went back up in the UK and then it had to be taken back down again, more security issues. But one little piece of news that seems to have sneaked out, I think Sony wants to get a little bit of good news out into the marketplace, is that they are definitely working on a PlayStation 4 model. And there seems to be, sort of reading between the lines, instead of it coming out 10 years after the PlayStation 3, which was always the plan, so that's 2013, 2014, it might be that we'll get a PlayStation 4 by the end of 2012, certainly in the States maybe, Christmas 2012, and perhaps early 2013 here in the UK. So that's something to look forward to. What else? Oh, my own little tech. Last week, just after I'd done the show, I went to my computer show, bought myself a new keyboard, £3, quite pleased with it. I think it's because it's white, and white ones might dirty pretty quickly, but it's a little bit quieter when I'm on the podcast. When I'm bashing away at the keys, it doesn't make as much noise, so I'm quite pleased with that. But the real thing that's got me going today is I got a bargain today. Went to do my normal shopping in the morning, and at the local Tesco's, I found this. And it is indeed a Freeview HD box. Now, I get my high definition programs over the satellite dish, and it's called FreeSat. But here in the UK, there's another way of getting FreeSat, as instead of paying like Sky, which is brilliant, and you can get 50 HD channels from Sky, but it costs you about $80 a month, so it's really expensive. This only provides you with 4 or 5 high definition channels, as does the FreeSat, but of course there's no subscription. That's the point. Anyway, up till recently, high definition Freeview boxes were getting, 70, 80, 90 pounds. This is one that doesn't record, but it's been reduced from 70 pounds to 30 pounds in Tesco's. Now, as it happens, I've just got my little dividend from Tesco's, which meant I got a total of £7.50 knocked off the price. So I bought it for £22.50. In other words, I got it for $30 instead of just over $40, instead of what it was originally, $100. I fitted it up. There's the actual controller for it. But I'm not going to report on how well it works just yet, because I want to use it. But on my episode 150 next week, I'm going to use my camera, take some pictures, and see how it performs in comparison with my FreeSat HD. Why have I got it? Well, one thing, it was such a bargain at that price. Secondly, although I can record and watch 2 HD channels on that box, I don't know what most people think, but to me there are usually only 3 things on a TV I want to watch at night, and they're nearly always on at the same time. So it means I can be recording 2 shows on my FreeSat, and I can be watching the HD channel on the Freeview. And although I'm still not totally convinced about the quality of HD, there's no doubt about it that if you have a 32-inch, 38, 6, 7-inch, 42 big TV, you have to have HD, I think, just to get standard quality pictures at that blown up size. So I'm still a fan of HD simply because it makes large TVs much more enjoyable. So yeah, up to recently I was using this, of course my TV has a Freeview built in, and that allows you to watch 1 channel. But if you want to record 1 channel, via a disc or a tape or something, you need a second box. And up to recently, I've been using this Sony one. Now, this 5 years ago cost well over £100, so it's given really sterling service. But it doesn't, of course, work on the HD channels. So I am really looking forward to that. And as I say, I'll report back on how well I think it's doing. Now we've got one more little bit of tech, and then we go to the wine. Not tech, one little video I want to show you, then wine. And both of them are related to Chile. And then I'm going to get back to my tennis, but here we are. Let me move the camera and hope it doesn't freeze up. I've got the video set up. I'll tell you where I got the video from in a moment. I want it to get played for us. There you are. The location is Chile. I'm not going to try and pronounce the region, but we're at an altitude of 2,635 meters. And what this is a time-lapse image of the Large Array Telescope working, and it's beautiful. Sorry about that orange light, that's the reflection of my light behind you. Let's play it. And this is a time lapse showing the whole progress of the evening and the night. And then you see the whole Milky Way coming into view. Sorry about that orange light, that's the reflection, I'm afraid. This goes on for about 8 minutes. Of course, I'm only showing you a brief glimpse of it. And I've just moved it on a little bit to give you an idea of what it looks like. Let's move on. It is beautiful. I'm really upset for some young people who don't see the night sky. Of course, this is a very remote place in Chile, so there's no interference from things. And I'm going to, of course, have to stop it there. Stop it there and just minimize that screen. And this is the page. It's YouTube, and it's VLT, Very Large Telescope, HD time-lapse footage, and it's Nico Busto is the site owner there. But I found out about it from the device page. That's dvice.com, device.com. Spectacular time-lapse shows a very large telescope in action, and that light shining up into the sky is a laser that they shine up, and the reason for that is that any wobbles in the direct straight laser light tells them how much the atmosphere is interfering with their view of the field of stars, and they feed that information back into the telescope, and it corrects all the distortions due to atmosphere, giving them much clearer pictures. So really do seek that out. It's lovely. Turn the house lights down while you watch it, and you can watch it in 1020p, and it looks really good. Okay, well, I've talked about tech. We're back to Chile for the wine, and this is a wine. Well, the grape actually is a grape I very rarely drink, the Pinot Noir grape. And this is the wine, Bio Valley, Rio del Bio, wine of Chile, 2009, 13% by volume. And let's see if we can get it focusing and behaving for us. Freeze frame. Okay, I hope you've frozen that. And we've got some poured out. Now, usually I say that I'd let the wine warm up. Now, this wine hasn't been out as long. In actual fact, the advice that you may be able to read there when you go back to that still frame is that it says you can drink this, unusually for a red wine, slightly chilled from the fridge. So it's more of a summer red wine, if that is not something that sounds strange. You know, more of a picnic wine, I would think, or a barbecue wine. Pinot Noir is more delicate. But I should actually be getting more than I'm getting. You can quite often get lovely, fragrant sort of violets and nice floral notes from the wine. I'm getting a little bit. There's a little hint of sort of, you know, that dapple shaded forest. But I must admit, yeah, I'm having to hunt out for it a little bit. When I went to that virgin wine tasting a few weeks back, one or two of the Pinot Noirs were, you know, you were hit by lavender and violets, and they were lovely. This is perhaps a slightly more modest wine. I think it was reduced from £8 to £6, so that's from sort of $12 down to $8. Anyway, let's have a taste. And it's much more red currant, red berry flavour than the usual black currant and blackberry of the stronger, deeper wines that I drink. There's there's a bit of vanilla. There's a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of mint. A little bit of mint, but there's no oak, no sort of real prolonged length to it. We have another taste. That is early evening in the back garden, having a barbecue and something just a little bit lighter, maybe one that the ladies will like. So let's give the bottle another little viewing. Rio del Pio Pio. Yep, that gets the nods up. And we're nearly 17 minutes, so I'm going to have to stop because I don't want the file size to get big and I don't want to bore you at home. So this is daveac, going to get back to the tennis and the golf, and I hope you're having a great weekend. If you're in the States, have a great Memorial weekend. Bye everyone, see you next time.